What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and got another video for you. I got a press conference from Adam Gase, and you know what? I always tell y'all that I'm not gonna fucking talk for a long time and make a super long video, and I never live up to that. I always manage to go on some like long ass rant and air out a whole bunch of shit and say a whole bunch of shit, and then the video ends up being super long. It's not gonna happen today. I really don't have anything of, you know, great interest that I haven't talked about in my previous videos. In fact, the one that I put out earlier today that was late as shit from Coordinator Thursday from yesterday, again, I apologize for that. My dumb ass fucked that up, so I own it. I take that, and I'll do better for sure next time, which actually the next time happens to be this video. So I think I'm doing all right. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and send you off to these interviews, guys, or this interview with Adam Gase, his press conference. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy my videos. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want the alerts. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section, and of course also follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, guys, I'm out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.
Guys were doing what they normally do on Friday. You know, I didn't see any letdown.
I'm going to ask you, yesterday we were talking to Dow, and he talked about the sack issues that you guys have had recently, and making plays on critical downs in terms of quarterbacks, processing faster, getting off the reads, and throwing guys open. Where would you evaluate Ryan in terms of those aspects of his game?
I look at it so much. I know he's talking quarterback because he's always gonna look at it that way, and I look at it a big picture of saying how are we as an offense, and we've been poor. You know, we haven't done nearly enough to get the conversions we need, and really that's why we kind of talk about first down, second down, first down, staying out of it, staying as short as we can, because now you get some of those distances where Balaj can get involved, you get some conversions, and a little bit of it is, confidence at some point where we get some conversions, and then it helps you throughout the game. I think any time that we've actually had a game where there have been respectable numbers, it's because we got some early conversions early in the game.
And what about his ability to buy time in the pocket? I mean, a lot of these sacks, he's taken 20 sacks in the last 5 games. Maneuverability, evading pressure, extending plays.
Yeah, I think it's probably majority of them, probably 75% of them. I don't know if he really could have done anything. I mean, they happen that fast. I do think sometimes he'll hang in there a little bit, trying to get that throw off. If it's a third and longer type third down, sometimes you wish if there's a lane and he sees it, go, but it's hard when you're standing on the sideline, he's back there to see actually how everything's unfolding. When we look at tape, we could say, hey, maybe you can run here, maybe you at least can extend the play. So, I mean, we talk about it a lot. We try to see if we can, get him to escape the pocket sometimes, but, a couple of these games he hadn't been as mobile as what he was earlier in the season.
And in this stretch of games since he's been back, are his receivers doing a good enough job of getting open? I mean, I know it's in an everybody issue in terms of where the offense is right now, but where are they in terms of they're creating an opening for him?
Sometimes we're so inconsistent. I mean, that's why we're where we're at right now. And I think there are some games where we've been open. There's been some games where, like the New England game comes to mind just going back and watching a lot of our third downs where the play call that gives them no chance because the coverage they ran compared to what we were running, they had us beat on leverage. And it was going to have to be, hey, you're going to have to escape the pocket and make a play, but we never had a chance because we got sacked. So I think, the receivers have been okay. I think it was easier with Albert being around because, he could be the fourth progression in the deal, and you throw him the ball and it's 3rd and 9 and he catches that 4 yards and he'll get you a first down just because he can run through all that stuff. The our other guys are more vertical cut type players. They're not in space, make you miss type guys.
So you would say that you need more guys who can make people miss?
Yeah, we got a couple of them. They're just in the wrong room.
So John Denny's about to wrap up his 14th NFL season, all of them without missing a single game. How remarkable is that?
That's impressive. I know he plays through. I know he got pretty banged up there early in the season, whether it was shoulder, finger, all those type of things, where he just keeps going, and it's. I know people say, well, long snapper. Well, he played in a day and age where long snappers were not protected, so he took some shots early in his career, and now it's probably kind of nice for him that they actually protect him a little bit.
Anyone you can rule out for Sunday now?
Ooh. I know TJ's doubtful. That's all I know.
Where is Xavier in your thought?
Yeah, it's going to go down to the game, but it's just I'm going to have to feel he's going to have to make me feel really, really good to make him active.
With Kiko Alonso, have you watched him in terms of movement and
he looks a lot
comfort
better.
level?
He looks a lot better this week. He looks a lot better. It was probably good that we didn't play him because it could have gotten worse. He could have pulled it, So he looks completely night and day from what I saw on Sunday.
Al Williams announced his retirement today. Is he a guy that you still have to account for on the Buffalo defensive line?
Yes, he has not changed one bit. Kyle, I've known since he was a freshman in college, so he's always been the same since he was college, pros, never changed. Whatever he has, he leaves it on the field, and he's disruptive, drives you insane because he's always seems to get in the backfield, whether it's a run or a pass. You got to be very careful with him.
How hard is it to find a defensive tackle like that?
I think Kyle to me is a little different because he's that old. He's so old school. He's the kind of guy that you might not see the whole offseason, then he shows up for training camp ready to go. And his knowledge of the game is just huge, and that's why Gaucho is such a guy that we're so high on, because I don't know if it's LSU or what, but he has that same type of computer in his brain where he remembers all this stuff, and he can do the right thing in real time and remember what he's faced before.
So you'd say Gaucho's had a good season?
I think it's been inconsistent. I'm saying the way he thinks, that's what you want. And the more he plays, like when you go into year 3, year 4, that's where you usually see like these huge jumps with a lot of players.
Cam Wake is turning 37 in January. He loves it when you bring up his age. Everybody brings up his age. How much more do you think that he can play?
Yeah, I think that's going to be really up to him. He does such a great job taking care of his body. I feel like we're smart with him with how we practice him and how we try to manage the game early in the season, and so he can be ready to go this last part, so he can just play without us thinking about it. But it's really going to come down. It's going to come down to what he wants to do. If he wants to go another year, I don't think anybody is going to really be up in arms with him wanting to go another season or another 2 seasons, whatever it ends up being. I think he just looks at it as, hey, it's 1 year at a time and see how I feel at the end of the year. And he's smart about it. I've heard him say it a million times. He's said it to me. He's like, I'll take the duration, and when March comes around, I'll decide what I want to do.
And pass rushers seem to be able to play at an advanced age. Is there any other positions you think that can get that done in mid-30s?
I think some of those wideouts have played for a long time. They find a different, like I look at what Larry Fitzgerald's done, where he was outside, moves inside, and then becomes a really dynamic slot player, and figures that kind of position out. So it's tough, though. Sometimes you see some linemen creep in there, but that's rare. Obviously running backs, we're never seen except for, of course, our guy. So it's just quarterbacks are probably the only ones, they seem to get better when they're about 34, 35. That you see these guys still peaking and having great seasons. They just see more and more.
That's good.
Alright guys, you've reached the end of my video. This is the end of the interviews. I hope you enjoyed those. I hope you enjoyed my show. Also, as a whole, if you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Make sure you hit the like button. And please share your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. I love interacting with you guys. It's for you. This is for you. You know, and also follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. It's on the end screen. My Twitter handle is on the end screen if you need to know it. And with that, guys, I'm out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.